Welcome back to the Cardinal Report. This week we have a pair of cross-country correspondents who will be introducing the men's and women's team in the Cardinal Corner.
Hi, I'm Amy Schwent. I'm a sophomore here on our cross-country team, and I'm going to introduce you to some of my teammates. And I'm here with Kate Leaders, who's also a sophomore at North Central. If you could be any of our other teammates, who would you be and why?
Amanda, because she's fast.
All right. I'm here with Sarah Ann, who is a sophomore this year as well. First question, how has this year been different from last year?
Well, besides having a lot of new freshmen, I think the upperclassmen now have more experience.
I'm here with Kayla Bingham. She's a sophomore here. If you could banish any food from Kaufman, what would it be?
You had to ask me this question. I really don't know, only because the food that I would want to banish, I can't pronounce. None of them. There are many.
Nathaniel Hurd, fifth year senior at North Central cross country team, and here today to introduce a couple of guys on the team. Right here we got Neil Klein, sophomore on this year's current team. 36th place last year as a freshman. What are some of your goals in the future for North Central?
Team win would be great for a national championship. I think that's probably what we're all striving to. So, yeah.
Alrighty. Outside of practice, what's some of your favorite things to do, Neil?
I love to draw, play the piano, play Halo 3, lots of video games.
Right here we got Chris Kane. He's a senior here this year. He's a twin brother over there, actually, Nick. How do you feel being a twin, Chris?
Feels kind of good. Been a twin all my life, I guess, so it kind of feels normal.
Running this year, what are your perspectives for the end of this year?
We're all going to run really well and just come through huge.
This is Sean Carlson, senior on this year's team. Now, some of the teammates we referred to you as fat. What do you think about that?
Well, I think when they say fat, they mean fast. So, yes, I am.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks a lot for hanging out with the North Central men's cross-country team. If you need any more information on us, go to the North Central Athletics website. Thanks.
Mark, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
A lot of action at North Central this past week. The men's and women's team, soccer team, both won the Sal Vicario tournament. The women's team with the victory moved to 6-1 on the season. What's the assessment of this team so far?
Well, you know, one of the biggest differences between last year and this year is they're scoring a lot more goals this year. I think the addition of April Kaczynski has really bolstered that front line. Last year, I think they had to rely too much on Laura Peterson getting fast breaks to score. This year, there's a little more balanced attack. And I think it's showing dividends based on, you know, obviously they've only lost one game all year.
The men, they also win. They moved to 4-4 on this season. On top of that, Philip Klipp, goalie, named CCIW Defensive Player of the Week. They're heading into conference. What's the team look like, and how are they approaching the next week and a half?
Well, actually, they had a week off prior to the tournament, and that really helped. They actually changed their formation from a 4-4-2 to 4-3-3. So they had a little more attacking style going into the tournament, and definitely paid dividends. You know, that first game, it was a 1-0 win, but they were out without Nico Galto, who's one of their key offensive performers. But yeah, Philip Klipp, he was the Defensive Player of the Week. He was our goalkeeper. He had some clutch saves both days, and Michael Curtis came with the game winner in the 97th minute in the championship game, so they won it for the second year in a row.
Very, very exciting. Women's tennis, they beat Mount Mary College in straight 9-0 sets. Team's looking good. They're 9-2 overall. Their two losses, however, are to Wheaton College and Illinois Wesleyan, in-house, in-conference opponents. However, do they look to fare well against the competition coming up?
Well, it looks like it. You know, they've had some new additions to the team this year that have really helped. Some of the doubles teams are kind of gelling now. A few of them hadn't played with each other prior to this year. So we're kind of seeing some of that consistency coming through. And, you know, it looks like they'll be one of the teams to beat in the conference tournament. They should be up there in the top 3.
Great. Mark, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Fine. NCTV 17's always keeping you connected with your area's sports team. I'm Will Armistead, and thanks for watching the Cardinal Report.